Alright guys, so top 10 vehicles. This one took me a while to make, like the other top 10, but I'm sure you guys will be pretty happy with this one. This one is just my all-time favorites that I've made so far. Obviously there are going to be a lot of them that you're going to see, but you're going to see my top 10 favorites. We all have different opinions, so just if your favorite isn't in here, it's just because it won't. Like, I just don't think it's good enough, but, you know, there aren't that many, so chances are one of them's going to be in here, but without further ado, let's just get straight into it. Okay, guys, coming in at number 10 is the gunboat. Now, for a lot of people, this would be a pretty obvious choice. I mean, pretty unobvious choice, but the reason why I actually chose it and not like just all 9 buildables and 1 Zebra is not because I want variation from other people's. It's because its speed is very good, its graphics are nice, and you can just have like 3 people just roll up on someone in this. And like, I remember using this when I was a low level player, just using this gunboat, and it would be so fun. And I would like just be able to like drive in it and then get out and use the turret. And it's just really fast. Like, you'll find that it's really cheap, and it's like one of the fastest vehicles. It can go like up to 70 miles per hour. It's one of the fastest motor fuels. Now, it isn't as strong as the other ones, sure, but it's fast. That's why I think it deserves this place at number 10. Alright, coming in at number 9 is the battle cruiser. I forget really how expensive this was, but it probably wasn't too expensive. It is actually fairly good, but it's not that good. It can, of course, fire those missiles right there, and it just has a one shot that can actually go in the air. That's why I particularly don't like it, is because it really in general can't do that much. It's just like, it only has one shot, and like, it's just not that good because all it can do is shoot under submarines. Like, it's good, but it's not really that good, so that's why it's only number 9. Coming in at number 8, we have the submarine. Probably one of the least used vehicles in the game. In my opinion, I would say it is extremely terrible. It does look extremely cool, but it just, like, really doesn't have that much usage. Considering that there is the super sub out there, the super sub is just so much better. It's very cool, but just in general, I don't think it's worth it. It only shoots 2 of those, the super sub, and it only goes at about 50 miles per hour. It is extremely slow. It just really, I think, does not deserve a spot like in the top 5 at all. Like, a lot of people might say it does because of how like it can go underwater and all things, but really, I think it just can't really damage that many people. Like, I don't think it's really worth it, and like, it doesn't really go that fast. Some bigger vehicles can go pretty faster than this, so yeah, that's why it says only number 8. Okay, coming in at number 7 here, I think it's 7, right? Yeah, it's 7. Okay, is the battleship. It is pretty slow, but then again, it's faster than the submarine. As I was saying, most big ships with better guns, more powerful weapons can go faster than this. It is very powerful. It has many guns. What did I just say? Guns. It is a good for like going up in other people's bases. I really like it. It looks very cool. You have a gun where your friend can just sit in the front here and shoot out. Same thing. It's just a very battleship aesthetic, and that's really some of like my favorite part. The guns are all the same, and I just found the water, and there's like something to hit you up. It is all the same. I don't use this that much. Obviously, I use like the top one usually that I'm going to show you guys, or the ones that's the fastest with the gunboat. But yeah, that's why I would mainly suggest actually maybe trying to get the battleship. But then you probably should get number 2, because number 1 is basically out of the game unless you use Robux, I'm pretty sure. So yeah. Alright guys, coming in at number 6 is the super sub. I really do not think that the subs deserve a place in the top 5. It is of course one off. And again, the aesthetics are really cool. I really like the aesthetics. They look extremely cool. Like, good job on the aesthetics while to Tycoon. But then again, like, I feel like it just looks so, like, it really isn't that, like, it can only shoot 2. Like, not much changes from the submarine, I'm gonna be honest, except that it only has 2 more missiles going on. Like, and it can't really go down too far. It actually can, but, like, it can't go down too far. But it also can go much faster, so it is a lot better, in my opinion. So, yeah, that's why I would suggest definitely not trying to get the, just regular submarine. So that is number 6. Alright, guys, coming in at number 5 is the Tycoon. Forget how do I say that. It is very cool, so it definitely deserves a spot in the top 5. Number 5, actually. Now, it does have these missiles that just go up, and that is very powerful. But personally, it is very small, and it really just is not really that great for like attacking with friends, and that's kind of what I feel like I really like. Like, it has some pretty powerful weapons, but I really just don't really think that it is really all that great. It only has about 3 weapons, and it's really pretty vulnerable if it's only just you to other ships, because all it has is this measly gun to protect itself, and usually its most powerful weapon is this, and you can pretty much easily avoid this. Maybe you can't, but like, it's not the greatest, I feel like. I just think that the other 4 ahead of this are much better. This is still really good. I think the other ones next to this are also all pretty much in the same rating. Okay guys, coming in at number 4 is the North Carolina. As I said before though, all of these are very close. If you look at the Satron frigate, it has much less health and about the same amount of damage. Less speed though. North Carolina is pretty slow, but just weapon-wise, it is very powerful. Like, I would call this one of the most, if not the most powerful ship in the game. Like, it's not a powerful ship, obviously number 1 is the powerful ship, but just in general, I think this is the powerfulest. Well, not the powerfulest, but you know what I'm saying. It is number 4 after all. But like I said, all of these are very close between the Satron frigate, the US North Carolina, and the Yamato, which I'm gonna be showing next in number 3. They're all very close. I would say just go for whichever one's cheapest. This one obviously has more firepower, but the other one's faster. This one's big. Honestly, I don't know. You guys can choose which one you guys like more of these 3, but personally, I think that the Satron frigate just isn't as good as the other 2. Alright guys, coming in at number 3 is obviously the Yamato. The Yamato definitely does not look the coolest. It looks like a regular gun. The guns do move pretty slowly, but the shots are pretty powerful. As you can see, it has many shots. It can absolutely demolish anything it sees. It is probably one of the most powerful things. It is only a 1-seater, but then again, that's kind of what makes it really powerful against defending against other ships. I would say this is one of my favorites, if not my Well, it's not, it's obviously one of my favorites, but it is pretty much an infinite person ship. Except it's not, because these don't actually work, believe it or not. The swivel guns don't work. I didn't actually know that. I just saw these. It's like, oh, cool. Okay. So this is probably coming at number 2. But the swivel guns don't work. But really, I don't really know if that matters. I think, yeah, see, I can turn the guns to face whichever direction I want. And I think, see, the swivel guns actually fire for me. It says enter passenger, but I don't even know if these can fire. Like, I think this is just where passenger sits. It's really a one-man ship. And I'm back here. It just looks really cool back here. I don't think there's nothing really to do back here. But yeah, that's why I think this is number 3. It's just extremely powerful. Okay, guys, as I said, coming in at number 2 is the carrier. It is probably the most powerful, like the second most powerful ship in the game. I mean, it's actually probably like one of the least powerful ships in the game, but you'll see why. This is only about 12 million, as the Yamato is like 60 million. So obviously you would go for this, right? Because it's number 2, right? Yeah. And the reason why I said this is because you can spawn on a Spitfire, you can spawn on a 2-seater, you can spawn on an airplane. And the reason why this is so good is because your friends can spawn on these attack helicopters, turret hooks. If you already have the Spitfires, they can spawn on the Spitfires. Like, even if they don't have like the like 8 reverse or something, and they can spawn the warplane and all that. Like I said, it is absolutely crazy. These, like, it's spawn on a warplane, you can spawn on a bomber. It is absolutely insane. This is like one of the best things just for how cheap it is. I'm not saying it's that good in damage at all. Like, it may be not that great, but it's just so good. And then it has literally like, oh no, I can't interact with these for some reason right now. Maybe it's because things are on the one way. One way, what did I just say? But it's really powerful, that's all I know. So now if I try to get that guy off, let me see. No, but it can spawn in battle drones. See, it's not that powerful unless you literally have like a full-on, like all the ships. But it still, I think, is one of the most powerful ships in the game. Usually you can spawn on battle drones. Right now you can't, I don't know why. Sometimes you can't, sometimes you can. And like I said, the damage isn't great. This is like all it really allows. Like, I didn't see it's not great. But if you're wondering why I'm spending so much time on this one, it really is because it just has so much to explore for such a little ship. It doesn't even have a weapon, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, that's why I think this is number 2. Okay, guys, coming in at number 1, of course, is the Zabo. It is one of the most powerful vehicles in the game. If you look to my top 10 most powerful vehicles, like best vehicles in the game, this came in at number 3. Just because of its weapons. It's a one-man drive. There's nothing else. It's just one person who can drive it. And the reason why this is so good is because it can go on land. It can go on land while also being able to shoot like tons of missiles. Being able to like obliterate anything it sees. Like, that bridge doesn't go away for some reason. Like, I can go over this and to blow it up under my feet. That's how quick it can destroy something. It's just really extremely powerful. The reload time is a little long for some of them. Like, you can see how many guns it just has. Now, it doesn't have that many weapons to shoot, but the weapons are so powerful and the missiles that it just like obliterates anything in the path. I guarantee you this is one of the most powerful, if not the most powerful, like weapons. It may not be the most powerful weapons, but it can go on land, which basically automatically makes it the most powerful land vehicle. along with being able to literally like do infinite damage. It's so good. And you have to get with Robux now. Sadly, if you have this event, just be using this. Like, why not just use this? It's so good. Like, you can just do anything, especially for these events. Like, destroy 5 enemy vehicles, use only naval vehicles. Do that. Like, use only naval vehicles. Just use this because you can shoot things while on land. It's just so good. As I said before, though, thank you guys for watching. We have new merch, link in the description. It took a while, so please consider subscribing. And I'll see you guys in the next one.